Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Jose Daniel and welcome back to another video. We have here all the components we need for our video editing PC. So for that we are going to start with the motherboard, the CPU, the memory RAM and the SSD drive. That is going to be the first step. The second step is going to be the case where we're going to install the power supply, the fans, the hard drive, and then the third step we are going to put the motherboard inside the case and we are going to install the graphic card, the CPU cooler and all the components we need to finish our installation. So we are ready for that and let's start, let's do it. So we have here our motherboard, the CPU, the memory RAMs and the SSD drive. And the first step we have to do it outside of the case as this is easier to work. For this we need to use the CPU tools that comes with it and we need to follow the numbers 3, 2, 1 to open the bracket. So then we need to take out this. So we take the protector and we slide up to take out this protection. We see the arrow here and then we can see the arrow here as well. And we just need to slide here. And when you hear the clip, it's okay. And then just take it down carefully until you hear the clip as well. And then put down the bracket. And the way we need to close it is following the numbers 1, 2 and 3. So let's close it. Just tight a little bit, all of them, just to put the screws on position. And then you fully screw. Okay, once it's tight all the screws, the next thing we are going to install are the memory RAMs. So we have here 2 in this case. For the memory RAM we need to make sure is the correct slot. For 2 memory RAMs it's going to be in B2 and then D2. So for that you can find the numbers here, and then first before we install it we need to open this bracket here. Make sure this hole match with the pin in the socket and then press down the memory RAM with both fingers. And when you hear the click, it's ready. So now we're ready to install the memory RAMs, the CPU. The next thing we need to do is install the SSD drive. So for the M.2 we need to take out this here because we're going to use 2. Let's take it out. Let's take out the other one. This is a hole here and there is a pin over there as well. So just put it there, slide, and then it's going to stay there, and then when you screw it, it's going to go down. So let's put the other one. And now we need to screw it. And we need just to push there. We need to take out this. And then just put it back there. So we have already installed the M.2 SSD drive. We have the memory RAMs, the CPU and the bracket for the CPU cooler. Remember to remove all the plastics that comes with the components because it is going to block the airflow or the dissipation. For now we are ready with the motherboard, so we need to bring the case. So let's do it. So we have here the case. In the case we are going to install the power supply. Oh, forgot the power supply. Let's take it. And then we need the fan as well. So let's take it. And okay, we have the fan, the power supply, and then we'll need the hard drive as well. So we have here the hard drive, the fans, and the power supply. Now we need to open the case. So let's open it. So we already installed some of the fans. We have 2 here, 2 here, but we need to install 1 more. It's going to be here in the front. And then we need to take out this part here to install the hard drive and to put the power supply. Slide back to open it. For the hard drive we have two slots. When installing, check the holes for the screws and make sure you locate the hard drive in the correct position for the connection, as we have the cables on this side and there is more space as well. If you put the hard drive in the other way around, you won't be able to connect it. So that's it. We have the second hard drive and then the same slide there. And for the power supply we have this space here for it, and we need to install it with the plug facing out just to be able to connect the power cable, and then the fan have to be facing down to be able to extract the air. And then just slide there. So over here you're going to see the holes for the screws for the power supply, so we need to check it, put it in position and then screw it. Once we finish with the power supply, the next thing we are going to do is install the fan in the front. So let's take out this. And then we can see here the filter in the front. Just remove it. So we are going to take out this one, put it in the bottom, and then use the new one here in the middle. So make sure the direction of the fan is the right one, because you want to get the air in instead of getting out. If you're not sure, you can check here on the arrows on the top of the fan and you can see the direction of the airflow. So then spin the fans to make sure they're spinning well. So once we tighten everything, just put it back the cover. Let's put it back. So the next thing we need to do is bring the motherboard into the case. But first, make sure you put this plate before you put the motherboard. Make sure it's the right position. You can check the motherboard as well. So we'll put it here here. And that's it. You don't need to screw it or anything. Just push it and that's it. We need to make sure, because the motherboard comes with some holes, if you can see here the holes. So here in the case we can see the pins that is going to match with the holes for the motherboard. Okay guys, we have to remove the fans here on the top, because when we're going to try to fit the motherboard, it wasn't enough space for the motherboard to fit. So now we're ready to install the motherboard. So you need to put it here, slide, and make sure the plate and the holes with the pins. There is one pin in the middle of the motherboard that is going to fit there and is going to be in position, and then the other one is just to screw the motherboard in position. So for these fans, make sure this is going to get out the air instead of get it in, because this is going to be the top of the case. So the air is coming from here and then getting out from the back and then from the top. So we already have the fans back. Okay guys, before you carry on with installation, make sure you run all the cables for the motherboard, for the CPU power, for the fans, for the front panel, as well as the graphic cards. Make sure you connect everything into the motherboard and into the power supply as well, and then you will be able to install the graphic cards, the sound cards, or any other accessories, the CPU cooler. Run all the cables before carry on doing anything else, because you will have more space and will be able to manage better the cables and connect them. Let's back to the installation. So we have here the CPU cooler. I have to take out the middle part to be able to reach the screws, and we have here to remove this plastic because it's not going to be able to dissipate the heat. So the next thing we need to do before to put the thermal solution is to clean it with alcohol. So if you need more information about the thermal solution, I'll leave you here the link. So we already installed the CPU cooler, and now the next thing is the graphic card. For that we need to remove the bracket here behind and make sure the space is enough between the CPU cooler and the graphic card. So we have here the graphic card. Make sure you remove all the plastics around, that is going to block the airflow or the dissipation. Then we have here, we have to remove it, but first we need to take out the bracket. Here in the socket, this click, you need to take it out, and then you will be able to put the graphic card. Okay, easy. And when you hear the click, it's done. And then put back the screws. For the sound card, we need to check where we are going to plug it. The slot we are going to use is the number 3 in the motherboard, and this is the PCI Express 3.0. Make sure which bracket we need to take it off, and in this case is this one here. I already took it off the screws. And then place the card in the slot, just pressing down until you hear the click. When you hear the clip, it's done. And then we need to screw. Okay guys, we finished to run all the cables to install all the system. Now is the moment of truth. We need to turn on the PC and see how is it and how is everything. Let's check it out.
Check it.
Far so good. Oh, look at this. We have signal, guys. We have signal. Woo. So we have here our computer, guys. It's working well. CPU frequency 3.8. Coño, pero está de pinga, güey. I like it. It's amazing. The colors. Looks nice. I'm so happy. So guys, I need just to install the software, check the BIOS, and everything is working well. So far so good. So it's really quiet, you can almost hear it. So that's it for today, guys. Keep tuned for the next tutorial. It's going to be I'm going to compare this PC with the MacBook Pro. So that's it for today. I hope you like this video. Hit the like button, leave your comment below, and see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, we're installing the Windows right now, so we are getting closer to use our computer, and then we're going to install all the applications. I can't wait for it.